Looks like it froze up. But welcome in, everybody. This is our first official recruiting show. I want to do this pretty regularly. These guys that I follow recruiting, but I am not a diehard like Brett, Aaron. Joe's pretty into it. We're going to be joined by Brett, Aaron, and Joe. These guys are diehard, and you guys know Chris is too, who's been on here. These guys are diehard recruiting, so I want to get on here, and I'm going to have Brett host it, because I don't even need to be on here, honestly, because I'm literally hosting it right now. So we'll talk about that. Me and Brett, we're going to talk about that, but yeah, these guys, that's all they do. Well, Brett particularly, he's on it. He's first with literally every post. I don't know. He like telepathically knows what's going on. But Brett's really into it. Joe's really into it, and Aaron, he does that, and like he's good with player analysis. So we're gonna do that stuff too eventually. But yeah, this is the first official show. It's all recruiting. It's nothing else but recruiting. So I'm just gonna pass it over to Aaron. Welcome in again, man.
Appreciate it.
Brett, welcome in.
What's going on?
I'm just going to pass it over to you guys. We're going to talk portal, recruiting spell, and then the natty tomorrow night. And I'm at least probably going to be on tomorrow night after the game. So we'll talk about people coming on. But yeah, go ahead, Brett.
Yeah.
You guys get into the portal here.
Okay. Well, the portal, I think, is done for Penn State. We kind of went over that the other night. They already posted all the guys that they got. That doesn't mean they can't have a late ad, because the portal is still technically open to take players, just not really to jump into it at this point. But I don't see, if we were going to add another player or two, I think we would have had him by now. So overall, I guess we can give like a grade, right? We could do like a portal grade. I think by positions, we could break that down maybe on another episode. Maybe the next episode we can break it down by position, the grade. But I think an overall grade of the portal, I would give like a B plus. Maybe an A minus, like, because there was some left for the taking, right? There was some couple positions that you would have liked more depth. I know they got like 37 guys or whatever the case may be. That's a lot of guys. And the retention's a whole different story, right? So if you want to put retention into that, I think overall they did like an A minus, because they kept some key guys for this season and for next season too, some young guys. So I think the portal was good. We got 2 quarterbacks. So we got Peyton Valzone coming in for 2026. So we'll have 3 quarterbacks on the roster. That's good. You need at least 3 quarterbacks, right? Like 3 scholarship guys. So overall, I think my favorite gets, and I think most people are on board with this, are Alex McPherson. I think is one of my favorite gets. The dude's a freak when you watch the tape. We needed a guy like him. He still has 3 years left too, so that's huge. And then other than him, like a Chase Sowell or a Brett Eskelson, because they could be difference makers in the offense. So those are my favorite gets. I'll start off with that and give Aaron his turn.
Yeah, I agree with you a lot on that, actually, Brett. The A minus take, I would say I'm right there with you. A minus, B plus. It depends on whether you're giving points for overcoming the situation, right?
Yeah.
Which I think, like, if you go with overcoming the situation, I think they did a really good job, probably an A. But if we're just evaluating the portal class alone, yeah, I think it's a B plus. It's a good portal class. They backfilled a lot of their needs positions, and they have some really high ceiling guys that they brought on. And also a lot of proven production, which has become, as we've seen from Texas Techs and Indiana's of the world, getting proven production tends to do better than grabbing like a redshirt freshman from somebody who just has a lot of upside.
Yep.
So if you're looking for production right away for next year, That tends to be a better approach. So, but I would agree with you. I really like McPherson too. He reminds me, like looking at him tape wise, he reminds me a lot of Josh Sweat. This like really long guy who can just like, you can be trying to run an outside dig on him and he'll just grab you with one hand. Yep. You got like a 7-8 foot wingspan on him, you know? Mm-hmm. So guys like that are great if they can also do some power and speed rushing. He has a pretty balanced approach to his rushing. And I kind of saw him as a guy, like if he gets his handwork and some of his moves a little bit better, a little bit of explosiveness, he could be really, really good, especially at shooting. When people try to go east to west in running plays, he could be really one of those guys who just blows those up. Like his presence on that edge could just blow that play up. So really cool. I also really like Caleb Bacon. I think Caleb Bacon was really good. Him
He's
and
huge.
I could go on forever too. Like Brock Riker. I love the Brock Riker get. We needed that too at center.
I fully whipped on thinking of Brock Riker. Like he's definitely a top 5 portal guy for sure.
He is. He's just, you look at his tape, he just wants to hit somebody on every play. I love that. Yeah. He's very patient actually as a blocker. Like he'll get in there and kind of sit and wait and put in blocks. Like he doesn't just run up field right away on extended plays. But what he does is like, even when as the whistle's going, like he's still hitting somebody all the way until the whistle completely stops. He's going. So I like
Trevor Burr too. The interior,
Trevor Burr, he's
same thing for him. He wants to put guys in the dirt. So
he likes to dirt people. Brock Riker just likes to find somebody to hit. He just wants to hit somebody.
Yep. A sleeper pick so I just watched a little bit of tape on Jamison Patton today, the other safety opposite of Marcus Neal, because we didn't know much about him yet. Landon did a breakdown. So Jamison's more your coverage safety for sure. He has pretty good hips and coverage skills, and then Marcus Neal's your run stopper. So it's good that they got both guys because other than that, we got all young guys in the portal up behind them. So I like Jamison Patton a lot. I think he's a good ad, pretty decent tackler, 12% missed tackle rate. You'll take that as a safety any day. So that's pretty good.
Especially from a coverage guy.
Yeah.
Because and that's something I haven't gotten to Patterson's tape yet, but I kind of saw him as a zone cornerback type guy. So if he's going to run safety, he's definitely more your coverage type safety.
Yeah.
So but I like that as a coverage, especially if you're going to run a lot of nickel sets, like having a coverage safety who's kind of in between. We've seen like some of the NFL teams like to use it. The Eagles are big with that. They like having these like bigger than normal corners who can kind of double as safeties in the slot and things like that. Pretty handy.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, being that I'm on here, I'll give my take too. I thought they did great in the portal. I was really happy with everything that they did. They retained the guys we want. They brought in guys from Iowa State. They brought in guys from all over, and they were getting guys that fit. I don't think this is a big destination right now for a lot of players, and for people that say, we should have gotten more big guys, this and that. I mean, if they're fit, definitely go get the big guys. Chris said they didn't try. They must not have wanted to. So they want guys that are fit right now so that they can build on that, win some games, because pretty soon we're going to be a destination again, 100%. We're going to be a real destination because we have a real head coach now. And he has Terry Smith with him. And we have other coaches that are great additions as well. So it's not just about the portal, too. It's about the coaches we got, the guys we retained, the guys we lost. There's a lot of factors, but I thought they did very well. And to me, it said one thing, like we're going to get guys in here that we want and that are a fit. Like Keon Spell, we're going to get into him. He could come in. We'll see. He could end up coming in. He's a highly touted 5-star guy. He's a kid. He's been a bit of a diva. So that's an example right there. Like, let's say, just hypothetically speaking, yeah, he's a great talent, but what if he's a diva? He's not a good locker room guy. He's not a good teammate. I'm not saying that's true, but that's just an example of like, you could be happy about their talent, but there's more than just the talent and what they do on the field. There's more to it because that's much more sustainable than just straight up talent. So, and 5 stars. So, but yeah, overall, I'm happy. And I think Campbell's doing a great job. And my stance has always been, I've always tried to just explain my stance. And that is, we have a real head coach. We haven't had one for a long time. I was saying for years and years, we need to fire Franklin. They did. I knew Pat Kraft wouldn't put up with it. Now that we have a real coach, I'm just going to sit back and let him do his thing. I'm not a coach. I don't know why he demoted Dan Connor. I don't know why Deion Barnes left. I don't know why Quentin Martin stayed. I don't know why Kobe Howard stayed. I don't know why I don't truly know why Amari Campbell left. Like we pretty much know why, but I'm not a coach. I'm not in those conversations. I don't know. And unless your source is one of the coaches, then if they're being honest, that's probably about the only truly real source that pretty much that you could have in some ways. But yeah. And someone said, anyone else concerned that Iowa State only went 5-4 in the Big 12 last year? No, we're not an Iowa State fan, so we could care less.
Well, and that's not even the problem there. I have something to say on that.
They had injuries too.
Look at Iowa State's injury list from last year.
Yeah.
They went 5-4 because the Big 12 was there was like 8 teams that were all really close together. And when you have those kind of injuries and you have to play any of those 8 teams, you're going to have a tough time.
Yeah. Big 12 is a good conference. Again, like we've said it before, I'll say it one more time. He's in a different place. Major upgrade. The previous coach had a major downgrade, like in many ways. And Coach Campbell had a major upgrade, deservedly so. Fred, I don't really know what you're asking, but I don't know why you would ever hide your Penn State enthusiasm. I've never hit it. I don't need to regain it because I've always had it. The thing that I lost was the trust in the previous coaches, the previous staff. That's what I lost in Penn State. It wasn't enthusiasm. It was that I lost. It was just trust and confidence is what I lost in our team with the previous coach because he was not confident in himself whatsoever.
Mm-hmm. But the answer is your enthusiasm should not be higher right now. Yeah. It can't be higher. Like my enthusiasm for Penn State has grown since we got Matt Campbell in the fold and all these new coaches in the fold. So, and then D'Anton Lynn, probably the best hire of the offseason so far. We needed a Penn State guy who was going to, a guy that's an upcoming defensive coordinator to take over because we got Jim Knowles last year, thought he was the GOAT, and he's washed. So he ruined our defense. So, yeah. Tony Rojas getting hurt didn't help, but you got to figure it out. You're the coach. So.
Dude, there's people on Instagram right now making Sandusky jokes. They're like, yeah, he did this and that. I'm like, well, how do you know? Did you follow the story closely or what? But yeah, people are morons. But yeah, I just have a lot of confidence in the new staff. Campbell, Pat Kraft's 100% behind them, and you see with Spell, even though Notre Dame thinks they're getting him because they literally know nothing about anything, let alone their own football team, but they think they're getting him, and maybe they will. It's still Notre Dame. It doesn't matter who they get, but Coach Terry has been involved with Spell and Taylor. So that's encouraging. Coach Terry is the man. He needs to block James Franklin yesterday when he said one of the only things I didn't – a couple things that I kind of didn't like when Terry was the head coach. Clock management, and some adjustments in game. And then he said he talks to Franklin daily. Like, that's terrifying. So I hope that's not a continuous thing.
That's where he got the clock management from. So you can actually blame Frankie Boy for that.
But when he said that, I'm like, Terry, we'll just pretend you didn't say that because the entire fan base is cringing right now. So, but overall, I'm excited. So that's where I'm at with it. You guys want to get into my favorite additions in the portal
McPherson.
But Hansen is probably a close second. But McPherson, Hansen, the safety we got at Iowa State, top 10 portal guy, and probably our center. There's probably my top 4 favorites that we got that really kind of stand out to me. And then obviously retention.
Oh, Cooper. Cooper. Yeah. We forgot about Cooper.
Yeah, it was good that we kept Cooper. That's true. Yeah. Yep. No, I think I'm kind of with Landon Tangwell that Cooper is probably going to end up at guard. I think Landon did a pretty nice breakdown of Cooper and kind of felt that Cooper would do better at guard. But I have a feeling we're going to see Brock Riker play in center next year. That's my suspicion.
Riker is who I was talking about.
Oh, I was talking about the safety Cooper.
Oh, you're talking about Jeremiah Cooper.
Yeah. Forgot about him.
The guy we got out of Iowa State, the top 10 portal guy. Riker, Hansen, is it Cooper? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. And then McPherson. Yeah. Those are my 4 favorite guys that we brought in. But we brought in, again, we averaged, what was the math? 6'4", 300 is what we average at D tackle.
Yep.
Last year it was less than 6'2", 270. Mm-hmm. So, I'm just happy over, like, again, Matt Campbell's a real coach. Whatever he did this last 2 months, from the time he stepped foot in State College to pretty much the end of the portal now, he's, I think, doing a great job. He's done a ton, and he retained a lot of the guys that we want. Like, the guys that he's bringing them in for a reason, and I trust him. That's it. Mm-hmm. So, recruiting, are you guys good for recruiting?
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, again, Fred, if you lost any enthusiasm.
I think Fred was just kidding.
Yeah.
I was replying to the Kobe Howard comment. Kobe Howard switched to number 6, so
I thought he did.
Yeah, it's on the directory, or on the Go PSU Sports page.
Probably Rocco getting 3. I mean, who knows why? Who knows what the
he probably talked to Kobe Howard. He wouldn't have just taken
it. You
know what I mean? He probably talked to him.
And the NIL era, man, he might have donated to his charity or something like that. Like, I'm sure Kobe Howard has something for NIL. Like, he's got
he's got a package for sure.
But I will say this, these guys that are in college and in the NFL, like, they do most all of them, they're involved in some sort of charity in some form or fashion. I think in college it's more of a team thing. But I'm sure Rocco absolutely, he asked him, and he didn't just walk in and be like, "It's mine." Like, you might be my number 1 guy, but I'm taking your number.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure there was an exchange there of some sort, whether it was like money or dinner or who knows. But they got to get to know each other, man, because he's going to be one of his key guys, 100%.
Absolutely.
So, but
sure.
Brett. So the news that we got was, go ahead.
Well, I can wait to speak on Spell since we have a whole category on him. So I'll talk about the other guys if you want, and then we'll just save Spell for the category.
Yep.
So Khalil Taylor, one of Mark's favorite recruiting guys. Like, that's a guy that Mark was following, right? That's a guy that obviously I was following. Everybody who's a diehard Penn State fan that likes recruiting is going to know who Khalil Taylor is. He plays at Pine Richland. He transferred there this past season. That's in Western PA, not far from Pittsburgh. He had a really good season, man. He's a return specialist, a very good receiver, great hands, fast. He's very fast. Only like 5'11", but he plays bigger than that. So he might make his way to 6 foot. He's probably still growing at this point. So Khalil Taylor was all Penn State, decommitted after Franklin was fired, like everybody else did. And but he really wanted to come to Penn State. But when you don't know who the head coach is, I get it, man. Like, I get it. You're going to decommit and figure out your options. He's a top 10, top 11 receiver. He's listed as an athlete, I think, still. He definitely was before. But, he's a top 100, top 150 player. I'm excited about him. Penn State's back in talks with him. Matt Matt and Terry went and saw him, I think, because they saw the Western PA guy. So they saw him. Matthew Gregory is another guy who's a top receiver in 2027, Pennsylvania guy. I don't think he's Western PA. He's 1 second here.
I forget where he's from.
Yeah, he's from Gregory on 3. I'm looking up right now. 1 second. Owen Roberts High School. So Pottstown. Okay, he's in Pottstown.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Matthew Gregory is 56th in the nation. He's a top 3 athlete, the 3rd guy in PA. He's only the 3rd guy in PA because Keon is 1, and nobody's jumping him for that. And then so the coaches went on the road this past week. Not just Matt Campbell and Terry Smith, a lot of other coaches. What's the offensive line coach? He went on the road as well. He went to see Leighton Von Brandt. Yeah. Leighton Von Brandt was teammates with Jasir Rogers, the receiver that I desperately wanted, obviously. As a Penn State fan, Jasir Rogers flipped to Oklahoma. He's already there. I saw a story today. He's at Oklahoma. It's too late. He's committed there. But Leighton Von Brandt is a top 50 player. He might even be higher than that now. Let me see. Leighton.
Brett, don't forget to mention where he was recruiting recently. Abdul's school. Did you mention that?
LaSalle. Yeah, they stopped in at LaSalle to meet with the coach. You got to build relationships, man. That's one thing I can say Franklin knew how to do, right? It's all about relationships. He had good relationships with a lot of head coaches at high schools, right? Obviously, he was a good recruiter. He just wasn't a good coach. Leighton Von Brandt, he's a Delaware native, 48th in the nation, 6th offensive tackle, number 1 in Delaware. So these are huge guys, man. Like not just like huge size, but like huge recruits. These are guys we got to get into the fold because 2026 was a epic failure because they took too long to get Matt Campbell. If they would have hired Matt Campbell that first month and not the second month, we might have kept some of these guys, right? They would have had time to talk to their new coach. They could have smoothed some things over. That's something that we messed. That's something that the staff messed up on. Pat Kraft and them. That's one thing. That's why I was saying it, Mark, before. Mark was like, I don't know, like the time thing's not huge. And at the end of the day, it's not. But like when it comes to recruiting, like you're going to miss out on some guys because you didn't get a head coach at a decent time. So Leighton Von Brandt would be a huge get.
Definitely.
The only other guy I really have right now is, and I think he might be on campus right now from what Joe was saying, Elijah Reeder. Elijah Reeder was an Iowa State commit. Diamond in the rough, let me tell you. Watch his tape. He's a 3-star guy, but his senior season, man, he looks like a Chaz Coleman. Like he's actually longer and taller than Chaz Coleman. Look, he's a 3-star guy. He's
6'4.5".
6'4.5". Yeah, he's probably like 6'5" at this point. Long, has a burst off the edge like Chaz Coleman does. So this guy's a lock. He's got crystal balls, right? Yeah, he's got crystal balls for Penn State. I don't see him going anywhere else. He's getting some other big offers, though. He's got Missouri in there. That's a pretty decent school. So he could always go to Missouri, but I don't see it. I think Penn State's that's going to be his new home. So
don't know what that gray screen is, but
they want you to pay, probably. They're probably asking you for your credit card. But yeah, go ahead, Aaron. You got some stuff?
Yeah. Khalil Taylor, obviously, big hit there. Real breakaway kind of guy.
Yeah.
So he's kind of one of those explosive athletes. Probably, he comes in as a freshman, he's probably going to be kick returning, that type of thing, high performance special teams type work.
Yeah.
But he could, I kind of said, like, you looked at him and he's like, yeah, he's on the smaller side, but he's got that Devin Hester like east to west nonsense that he would do, and just somehow he disappears on everybody, and then he's in the end zone. So He's got that, which is always exciting.
Legend.
Yeah. And, if you get some, we're actually kind of stagnant. A lot of our guys coming in are going to be physical along with some vertical threat dudes on the receiving side. So when you add speed to that, the biggest thing will just be scheming them open. And you're going to be able to stretch the field with those types of vertical guys. So Khalil Taylor, I like him. He's the kind of guy that makes safeties back off because they don't want to get too close to him. So
you know who Khalil Taylor kind of reminds me of? Malachi Toney, man. That's
he does actually.
A little bit of Malachi Toney.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, he's quick. You can use him. Guys like that, you can use them at the line of scrimmage, reverses, end arounds. They're awesome for that type of work. So there's all kinds of stuff that a guy with that kind of athleticism can give you. I do agree. I agree too that Vander is a guy we really would like to get him. I know that I think he's projected for Notre Dame right now. We'll see if that actually plays out. Yeah, Van Brant. Yeah, but we'll see if that actually plays out that way. But the big ones, and I kind of was saying this too. I wasn't sure how they're approaching the portal versus how they're approaching high school recruiting or what his plan is going to be. Because Matt Campbell's plan, obviously, he's coming from Iowa State, where the resources were very different than they are at Penn State. And so when you look at, we actually don't know what Matt Campbell's plan is at a big university because he's never had one, right? So right now, is his approach, hey, we're going to use the portal to backfill those positions that we really need. And then we're going to hold on to some of our pop money. We're going to go back to the 2026 recruiting class, and we're going to try and get Keon Spell, and we're going to try and get Khalil Taylor, and we're going to spend the money that we saved there to get more guys that we can build the future classes with. So it'll be interesting to see, but they do seem to be the fact that we're starting to get news on those 4 and 5 star guys from 26 who are still out there. Suddenly, as soon as the portal closes, makes me think that might be kind of the strategy they're going with. But it'll be interesting to see where it goes from here.
Yeah, I want to say the fact that you hear stuff about LaSalle. First of all, Terry Smith is a guy that, fortunately for us, isn't a huge ego guy at all. And he's 100% recruiting, and LaSalle is just one of the places that they're hitting on right now. That is an absolute assembly line of players. And there was other guys that Franklin missed out on, Joey O'Brien, Finney, guys like that. Of course he missed out on because he sucked at that. But they're planting the seeds, and that's good news. And we're going to out-recruit Frankie Boy. We're going to out-recruit Notre Dame. Notre Dame fans say the best in PA go to PA. That is literally one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. It's like less than 1% all time from Pennsylvania have gone to Notre Dame because people in Pennsylvania are smarter than that. So they're absolute morons. But the recruiting is going to be there. We're going to be really good at it. And that's why I'm like, I know we're good. We're in a bad spot right now, guys. Like I said, thank you, Fred. Really appreciate the donation, man, as always. But we're good. I think next year we're going to see truly what Matt Campbell's going to do with the portal and recruiting. And then recruiting going forward, it's just going to be better and better and better. This is not a destination right now. Like, I think a lot of people don't really factor that in. We know we're good at Penn State, but the players don't know that. Like, why? And I never blamed Khalil Taylor, Keon Spell, any of those guys for decommitting. Never. I thought, I don't even know how you were committed here in the first place to Franklin. He built relationships, but you should have seen past it. But anyway, yeah, it's just I think I know going forward it's just going to get better, and these guys could come back, and this is just the beginning of what we're going to see. I think they're going to out-recruit Franklin every year. But even if they don't, it doesn't matter. I think this is going to be a hotbed for big time recruits, Penn State, with Matt Campbell as the head coach. So that's my opinion.
Yep.
And I think somebody mentioned too in chat that Carter Jones was visiting today. That's another interior offensive lineman. Now I think we're fighting. I forget who we're fighting with over that one. I believe it's Virginia and Clemson. I think he's a Virginia kid.
Wait, there's also Carter Bonner too. He's a running back, I think.
Right.
Yeah, so forgot about him. He's the top running back.
Yeah.
I
think. Yeah. But yeah, I could see. If I remember right, I think Carter Jones is he's a little on the small side right now. I want to say he was like 270 something, 280 maybe. But he's big. He's 6'5", so he's not.
Yeah.
He's not vertically small, but he's a guy that there's a lot of upside with him. I could see. That's another one that it would be nice to see us jump back in on. We do have a decent amount of rostered offensive linemen at this point. I think we have around 20 people at the moment. So we've got some depth at every position. I think center was where we were hurting up until Brock Riker pulled in. There were guys who could play center, but we needed a little bit more. They're trying to get some more of those guys who can push each other in practice. I think we're in a pretty good spot with that now. But
we forgot about Maxwell Hiller. The chat just talked about it. Maxwell Hiller is a big get too. We need to get him.
Yeah, Maxwell Hiller. Is he visiting today?
Maybe. I know he set up a visit. They went to see him, I think.
Okay. All right.
There's just so much going on.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, you're good. Maxwell Hiller is definitely basically, guys, there's the top 10 to 15 guys in PA are very highly regarded, very highly rated. Carter Bonner, Maxwell Hillard, all the other guys we already talked about. We're not going to land all of them, right? And that's fine. Like, nobody's going to land all of them unless you're Ohio State, because they're in their own world over there. The top guys in Ohio are just going to stay there. Because the evidence has shown that they can win a natty and do all that stuff, right? And that's fine. So out of the top 10, the top 20, if we can get close to half, like that's at least get 4 or 5 out of the top 10, I'm fine with that. We're going to miss on a few, right? Just like last year with Grayson McHugh, Joey O'Brien. Those guys went to Notre Dame, and now they know that their life is over unless they go into portal. So it's up to them. If they want to play School of the Blind and nobody good over there, then they can do that. But another thing to touch on too, which I kind of mentioned the other day, Penn State has not been good at recruiting New Jersey as a whole for the last couple of years. A lot of misses out of New Jersey. A lot of New Jersey guys go to Ohio State, all over the place, but I've seen them go to Ohio State. Savon Huggins, sorry, our new running back coach. He has a lot of ties in New Jersey, man. He played at Rutgers. So that's a good guy to get on our staff for recruiting that area that we've desperately needed to dive into more. So Virginia and Maryland might be a little harder to start off with because Frankie Boy has those down for the most part, but we can still dip into certain areas, and it's about building relationships, man. Once these guys meet Matt Campbell, they're gonna fall in love with him. So that's what we need. I just thought that was something to note, that Savon Huggins has a lot of New Jersey ties, and it's just an area that we've struggled with, and it'd be nice to see us get some more talent out of there. So, the safety, can't think of his first name, Torre. Our safety, his brother plays for Miami. He's like a 7th year. Yeah, number 21, Vabu Torre.
Vabu Torre.
Vabu Torre. He's from New Jersey, so he's one of the few guys. Well, okay, so him and the cornerback, Jameer Joseph. Those are like our only 2 Jersey guys that I can think at the top of my head. So we need to get more Jersey guys. There's a lot of talent in New Jersey. So
agreed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like where we're at, Campbell 100% knows, along with Terry Smith.
Yeah.
The fact that Terry Smith is here is a huge, huge plus on top of everything else. But yeah, Torrey is one of my favorite guys. Like he's a great player. Who had the pick six?
Zion
Tracy, ZT had the pick six against Ohio State last year. Yeah, we have guys, and we're gonna use that to build on. But you bring in like that guy from Iowa State, man. Like you're just building on. You're bringing in a veteran guy who's they know what they're doing. But where they're at, DMV, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, like Virginia's DMV, but they're in a perfect spot for that recruiting. Like, dude, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think they're going to blow Frankie Boy out of the water with recruiting. Like, I don't think he has a chance.
Oh,
Virginia Tech or Penn State? Like, what's the decision here? Like,
it might take a little time, but yeah, I think they will. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think like long term. Obviously, it's going to favor Penn State.
I know Virginia Tech is a sexy school, but
Yeah, what's he what was he talking about, dude? He just pulled that out of left field, like he literally just made it up on the spot.
If it was the sexy school, first of all, that's not true. But if you thought that, why wouldn't you go to Virginia Tech before Vanderbilt or Penn State? There was no reason for you to go to either Vanderbilt or Penn State if that's a sexy school, because they would have taken you right out of East Stroudsburg. So I don't know what you're doing, but
that shows how much of a fraud he is that he said that. I'm like, dude, what? Just don't say
that.
Yeah,
he's just gonna try and inflate whatever he's doing.
He's such a clown.
Full of crap.
I thought about this the other night. I could see him walking through their tunnel to go into the stadium where they hit the rock. He's like, "Oh yeah, can we make this bigger? Like, I don't like that right there. That rock, like that looks old. Can we paint that? We need some lights right there." Like he's gonna do some he's gonna have smoke and confetti flying out of everywhere, and he won 65,000 at the spring game. It's like, my God, dude, already you're starting with that the spring game.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
we had 65,000 at our spring game, even when he was the coach. No one liked him, and they still showed up. So good luck with that down there. I really want Spell and Hiller. Yeah, Hiller. Torrey is solid. Spell is going to be great for recruiting. Players are going to want to play with him.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know. That LaSalle thing just really stuck out to me because that's a powerhouse. That's a great school for talent. You guys want to go into Spell?
Real quick, Jeremy, we forgot. There's a lot of guys, man. Gabe Jenkins, I could see going to Penn State. He's an athlete. I think they like him at safety, but he plays running back for his high school. So he can play linebacker. Like, he's an athlete. He can play anywhere on the field. Dude's a freak. Good. So, yeah, Gabe Jenkins, thank you for mentioning that. We're going to miss one, right? There's a lot going on. But, yeah, he's a top player in Pennsylvania as well. So you got to get Gabe. I think we got him. Yeah.
And then there's you still have some fringe guys, too, for the 2026 who are not officially committed. So, like, Abraham, I think Abraham Sisse is Pennsylvania. And he's an edge rusher who's really talented guy. Unfortunately, I know that they're like crystal balling him for Ohio State pretty strongly, but he has not committed last I checked. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So he may still be in play for Campbell and them.
Well, we should hear something soon about Elijah Reeder then, because he's 2026. Yes, and signing day is February, like the closing signing day is February 5th or something.
Yeah, we've got about, I think, 3 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks left. So we should be getting a commitment soon from him, guys. So we'll see. I don't see him going anywhere else. So
yeah.
But by the way, Thomas, welcome back. But yeah, they're going to be at war there, which is kind of funny that he's going to war with JMU and OD. But by the way, where's Chip Kelly going? Do we know?
No,
Chip Kelly went to Northwestern.
Is he going to Northwestern?
Chip Kelly's the offensive coordinator at Northwestern. The dude just has the to-go bag. Anywhere he goes, stays for a year, and then leaves.
He just keeps doing it, man. He never
keeps doing it, man. Like, if I'm him, I'm just gonna have a boatload of white T-shirts and maybe black. He probably makes a mess. So
yeah, he should just have a printing press in his house for screen printing shirts.
Yeah. No hotel. I mean, he's or an Airbnb.
In the hotel, yeah, because he
can't own a house. That's
you
the
can't keep
problem.
it at home. You never get them.
He's in a different state every year.
Crazy.
Yeah,
he is. I think he's just a real estate scammer. He just moves to a place, sets something up, and then sells it, and then moves somewhere else.
That's a good get for Northwestern, though. I mean, they could use help. So, I mean, should be a good get.
I mean, think about that. If you're a real estate agent and you can coach, you may as well be paid coaching and then build real estate and then just move somewhere else and just, dude, he's going to have property in like Russia here soon. Like he's going to be coaching.
You're assuming he doesn't already.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's going to be the manager at Airbnb because he's going to be running out all the places that he buys, and he's going to pay for his rent wherever the next state he goes to or the next country. So
that's a side gig.
Yep. Makes sense.
But no, I was who was I just thinking of? Oh, shout out to Northwestern. They had a better year than I ever thought they'd have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got
they play hard, man. Northwestern plays hard.
Especially on defense.
Wait, Pat Fitzgerald went to
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
That's a top 5 hire. That's a good hire.
Yeah. And then Michigan Northwestern, they're keeping their coach, right? He's the interim.
Yes.
So
yeah,
but yeah, Fred, earlier, like when you said that, I figured you were probably being sarcastic, but there's people that are literally just losing their minds about everything that's happening with Penn State. I mean, so
relax.
Yeah, everybody needs to relax. All right, Keon Spell back in the hunt. Yeah.
Yep. Sure
Keon Spell's back in the hunt. I guess Khalil Taylor's also back in the hunt. I didn't realize Keon Spell was that big. I've watched his tape, but he's like, man, that's obviously a little edited and stuff, but he's a big dude, man.
Yep. He's cut.
Yeah, he's got Saquon-like build.
What do you guys think realistically? And we also heard that he could reclassify. I think if he comes here, man, he's gonna get snaps.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. He's and that's funny you said Barkley. He's the closest thing to Barkley coming out of high school that we've seen. So I'm not saying he's gonna. He just jumps off the screen, makes plays. He's fast. He's elusive. Knows how to make guys miss. Breaks tackles. He does everything you want in a running back. I don't know if he catches the ball that much out of the backfield that I've seen. Right? I'm sure he does sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think he's more of just a running back there. But he can definitely add that to his game, obviously.
Sure.
But yeah, he was crystal ball by Brian Don. Is it Don or Don? However you say his name.
Yeah,
the head guy for 247. So he's not just putting that in willy-nilly for no reason. So if he's putting a crystal ball in, he talked to Keon and he thinks he's going to stick with Penn State. So we'll wait and see. It's obviously Georgia. I think Georgia is the biggest competition right now.
Yes.
I think Notre Dame would be 3rd or 4th, to be honest with you. So
most places I actually have Ohio State more probable than Notre Dame, but
yeah, it's possible.
But yeah, I know on 3 is still projecting Georgia for him, I believe. So Brian Doan is 247 is projecting Penn State, and I think on 3 is still on Georgia right now. So
by the way,
I was telling Mark, if he does reclassify, I think we have a better chance at getting him. The longer this drags out, the worse of a chance Penn State has of actually landing Spell. So it looks like
last year he averaged 6 touchdowns a game.
Yeah, he's insane.
Yeah, he was turning it up.
What was it? I was just gonna say it looks like they're trying to put an NIL package together for him for Penn State. Yeah. The Adidas money's coming in here this summer.
Yeah,
that's going to be probably 25 mil a year or something. So we'll see.
And I believe Chris mentioned this, but just because it's in July doesn't mean you can't put it into a package now.
Exactly.
It's going to pay out by the time the season comes around.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, give a guy like that some money, and if it doesn't work out, then he can leave. That's all right. But I just thought of something. Saquon should give Spell a call. Franklin is 100% calling Saquon nonstop be like, yo, Saquon, can you talk to this guy for me real quick? Be like, yeah, I coached this guy at Penn State. Like, he's 100% doing that.
And then Saquon's like, yeah, what's up, bro? Go to Penn State.
Yeah. Saquon said he's like, I'm a Penn State guy. I'm not a –
He did. He said he's Penn State first.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not with that moron. Ironic, our semi-pro practice was at McKeesport High School yesterday. Nice. Saquon should get – yeah, we were talking about that the other night. That's an absolutely diabolical league. It's a lot of fun. It's like real football, but there's no paramedics around. So if you like get hurt, like you better be able to walk. But yeah, I do think if they can give him a bag, then so do it. Like, go ahead. If Penn State and Matt Campbell want this kid, that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. Like, if they want the guy, they'll give him money.
Yeah.
You know, of course. And I think he could see some snaps early, 100%. And like Brett said, the more it drags out, the worse, most likely. So let's get him right now if we can. But the fact that he was crystal balled is like, that's pretty wild, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
Where is the crystal ball?
Crystal ball is 247. An RPM is on 3. So it's the same thing. They're just different names.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just gonna pull up Instagram and pull up the post that you guys sent.
Yeah,
So,
and it's interesting because
3,
they're very opposed at the moment. On 3 is very strongly favoring Georgia, whereas
well, they might not have talked to Spell since Spell met with Penn State, so that's true.
That's true. They did not. I will say I don't think they've spoken with Spell since his last Penn State visit.
By the way,
I heard,
like I don't think Spell's a day one starter, but I he's good enough to be.
He can compete for it. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, like the thing with Spell is like he's a guy that you would let him compete for in spring training. Why wouldn't you, right?
He'll get carries, I think. Definitely.
Yeah. So I know that he'd be a day one starter. Well, no, you'd have to see his spring training results, right? But the coaching, I think with his talent level, they would definitely give him a shot. Like I don't think they block him out.
Yeah.
Now, if it was Franklin, he might block him out because Franklin liked to do that, where he would just play a guy no matter what.
He'd put Liam Clifford at RB1 before Keon Spell.
Yeah, like that, because that was what he would do. He would promise guys playing time, I think, and then just and it didn't matter if they were really ready or not. But I think with this staff, just based on like Taylor Mauser's history and stuff, I don't think they work that way.
Bro, his highlights are unreal. Like
his highlights are pretty crazy. Yeah.
That run right there was just diabolical. Like, terrible defense, but he made them look stupid. He made them look stupid.
He kind of reminds me because Micah Parsons played running back in high school, and
look how fast
a guy I know played against him. He played for State High. He played D line, and Micah played running back. Like that's how much of a freak he was, and he reminds me a little bit of him. Like Micah, you couldn't stop him, man. Like this defense could actually be a good defense, but he's so good that he just makes him look like this is D1 talent. Like when they stick out that much against high school kids, because I'm sure these high school kids are probably like pretty good athletes, and he's just schooling all of them.
Yeah.
You know,
his long speed is impressive. He's very fast.
Yeah,
like if you guys ever have
really nice too.
Yep.
Those of you guys listening, if you ever have time, watch like LeVar Arrington high school highlights, Ray Lewis high school highlights.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
Like they're not
stupid.
And even LeVar in college, man, like they don't even look like they should be on the field. Like they look like they're just so much better.
Yeah,
LeVar made
before they ever got to college.
I remember when Arizona came in '99, and like Dennis Northcutt was on that team. Trunk candidate was a Heisman contender, and LeVar made that team. They were number 3, we were 4. He made that team look like a JV team. He was so much faster. Then you had Courtney Brown, and they were 1 and 2 in the draft the next year, the one that Tom Brady went in. So, yes, he was
crazy.
It reminds me, Journey Brown highlights, dude. Journey Brown ran for like 700 yards in a game, or didn't he run for like 700 yards?
I think he still has the because I did track, so I think he still has the 100-yard dash record for Pennsylvania high school. I think he still has the state record. It was like 9.8 or something like that. It was like 10-1. It was like 0.4 a second off of Usain Bolt.
That's saucy though, man.
But he was so fast. I mean, he would have been one of the best running backs Penn State's had, but he had that heart issue. So
yeah, it was a shame.
Yeah, and look at this, man. Like, imagine if we got him over all of these schools, except for Notre Dame. They don't count.
Yeah, I can't see, like, there's a few schools in there that maybe
Pitt.
Still have a realistic shot at him. Like, really, it probably is down to Penn State and Georgia, realistically, at this point. But Ohio State, nervous. I'm always nervous when I see them skulking around.
Yeah. But they really are, like Thomas said, like they are kind of like falling apart right now. I mean, it's still Ohio State. They have great I was talking to Mr. Bucknuts, and he's like, yeah, we got like 2 great receivers, Chris Henry and the other guy I can't remember. I think they'll be just fine, but I think they are kind of going for an Ohio State standards. Like, they're probably going to be in a bit of a couple down years here with Lord Farquaad as their QB. So
it could be. And the other thing that I guess in their, not that I need to defend Ohio State, but in their defense, they may also be trimming the trees, so to speak, where it's like, do we really need this guy? Do I really need? Because they have the luxury of having a ton. They're one of the few schools left that does have an unusual amount of depth still sitting in their list. So they could be going through and saying, looking at performance, yeah, we shouldn't spend this money on this guy. Let him go, right? I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, a team actually kicked a player off. I forget who it was, but they actually told him don't come back. Which I think that's the first example I've heard of officially of a school releasing a player in the NIL era. I forget who it was. I have to look again, but I got a notification about it, and I was like, oh wow, that finally happened. You knew it happened sooner or later, but if it hasn't already, but it was the first time I actually seen it reported as such.
I don't know, man. That's such a broad question. I don't know.
Who
we playing?
No
like,
clue.
Yeah. Indiana did that, dude.
Heard about practice yet, so we don't.
Yeah, you can try to project, but until you get to spring training, you're really not.
Yeah, we have no idea. We don't know who's playing, who's on our team. Really, we don't know who we're playing in the first round. We don't know what we look like. Like, that is.
Yeah.
We don't know who's starting running back. Like, we have no idea. Like, it could be Hanson, it could be Quentin. Like, we have no idea. It could be people.
And we're not even going to have our roster is not really going to be set until the end of February, right? So even that, it's like, what if Keon Spell comes in? Completely changes your outlook on the running back situation, right? Yeah. So, it's one of those, like, I can tell you who I think's going to start, but I'm not going to be close to right, most likely.
Yeah. I mean, that's like asking, like, do you think Notre Dame will play a Pop Warner team next year? It's like, we don't know. Probably, but we don't know.
Decent chance.
Yeah.
Good odds on that one.
Yeah.
Y'all think LeVar's son deserves number 11? No, but yeah, kind of. But no, he shouldn't be just giving it. That's for sure.
Yeah, because that's an earned thing. Right. That's always how that's been.
But I don't know. Franklin was the head coach, so who knows, man. But no, he doesn't deserve it at all. Not just because it's his name, but I get it. Like, it's a legacy thing. So in that sense, he does. But he, as far as I know, did nothing to earn it. He got it day one. So if that's LeVar pulling some strings, then it is what it is. LeVar is LeVar. He's the man. So if anyone can do that, it's him. That's like if Kajana Carter's kid came here. I don't know if he has kids, but if his son came to Penn State and he said he's wearing 32, like, all right, yep, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah.
I think that's fine. Yeah. I mean, like, if they did put him in 11, I wouldn't be like, oh, how dare you? Like, whatever, Yeah. And also, I'm kind of hoping that we'll see him get some snaps and see what he can be.
Yeah, I think he's going to be good for us, 100%.
I hope so. Yeah.
So
I have high hopes for him.
You guys have anything
Somebody
else?
said
for
he
us?
was moving to edge, but I mean, if he's moving to edge, he needs to gain at least 20 pounds. So he's
I wonder what number.
230 right now.
220 or 230. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's thin.
Yeah, he would have to bulk up big.
He's
time.
cut up, but
Big
like he needs
time.
more meat. Yeah.
What number do you think Spell would be hypothetically if he came here?
What number?
Can't be 26 because that's Cam. I wonder what
Cam
number
Wall.
he would be.
He'd probably be a low number. What? He's a low number.
I would
now,
almost
right?
like to see him be number 5, like LJ, or something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Reggie Bush. Yeah.
Reggie Bush, Larry Johnson.
Because
Yeah.
Corey Smith left, so 24 is free, 26 is
That'd be good.
taken, 25 is taken. I think Hansen will be like number 2.
Maybe.
Think so?
Well, this is Aaron. I was telling Mark. Remember Franklin had a system like these are the numbers for each position.
Yeah.
That's
he
not
was
how
good.
Campbell does it at all.
I
Campbell's
don't think
numbers.
Campbell cares about that. No.
No, Chase Sowell was number 0. He's probably going to be number 0, which is cool. I mean, that's different
most
for
likely.
offensive players. So
Yeah.
So Thomas, you just said, can any of the running backs we have play receiver? You're a fan of like 7 teams. So who's we? Is it Penn State or who is it?
Well, the only guy.
Quentin Martin. Yeah, Quentin Martin was a receiver in high school. He can play receiver.
Martin used to. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Martin's capable of, but Martin, given how he runs at running back, I probably don't want to move him.
Martin's going to be a receiving back out of those 3. I haven't seen much tape on Peoples catching the ball. So
Peoples actually has good hands.
Does he? Okay.
He's pretty solid out of the backfield catching the ball. Yeah.
But Quentin being 6'1", like he's got the length, he's got hands. So yeah. Heck, Hansen's 6'2". Like we got some big running backs.
He's a big dude.
We do. I think Cam Wallace is fairly big too, isn't he?
Cam Wallace is short though.
He's the small one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 5'10". Cam Wallace is literally the size of Keon Spell. They're the same size.
Yeah. You're right.
Keon Spell's in high school, so
Cam I had as a one-cut kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a breakaway speed dude.
yeah.
But
Cam and Peoples are a similar build. So you already got 2 Keon Spell builds on the roster, but not as talented as
not as physical as he is.
Yeah.
Peoples is more physical than Cam is. And that's the thing about
Probably.
Peoples can be a balanced attack kind of guy. And he's a 3-down back. Like the nice thing about Peoples is you can really put him in on any play because he can both play physical and he can do some elusive work. His east to west is pretty solid.
Yeah. If it's 3rd and short and you need the yards, though, I'm going with Hansen or Quentin because I think they'll get him.
I could see that. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And Hansen,
Bigger guys that can push through there.
Pretty good in short yardage. Yeah.
You guys want to go to the Natty?
Yeah.
To finish up?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so just tomorrow night's the Natty. I'm probably gonna do an episode tomorrow night, so I'll hit you guys up. Whoever wants or can come on. It's at 7:30, so it's a game that we'll be able to get. If we get on like the 3rd quarter, because I think Indiana's gonna kill them. But Miami's D line is insane, and Carson Beck. He said today he graduated 2 years ago, so he's literally like, he's pretty much he's Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
Of college football.
Yeah.
But and by the way, Bo Nix ran a freaking sweep last night and broke his ankle. Like that's such a dumb call. Oh my god! Like your chances at a Super Bowl are cooked now.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? Why run your? I don't get it, man. Like I don't get it.
I didn't get that play at all.
I mean, you have how many running backs? If one of them gets hurt, your chances of the Super Bowl don't go down very much. But if your starting quarterback gets hurt running, I don't get it, man. Sean Payton is a great coach, in my opinion, but holy crap.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That was a game that nobody won.
Dude, do you see Thomas? He's nuts, dude. Look at him. Look at him.
I'm in the portal. All right.
Okay, well then.
What do you want? What do you want to be paid?
It was a catch.
I'm gonna say,
Like a McDonald's coupon or what?
No.
Did you think that was a catch, Mark? I thought it might have been a catch, but
What?
just the Bills. That was a rough blow, man. Like just the worst luck you could possibly think of.
I'm not saying that he didn't catch it because I did look at the rules and maybe they're right that it was a pick. But what bothered me, they
It was
didn't
an
go.
underthrow.
They didn't even go to New York for it.
No, they
Like that
didn't.
blew me away because I was like, how do you
Yeah.
not stop the game and go to New York at least to check that to be sure? Like I'd have been fine if they were like, yeah, we're gonna keep the call on the field.
If he doesn't underthrow it that much, it's this. We're not even here talking about it. Like
Right.
the Bills are going to win. So he underthrew the crap out of that ball. It was he was waiting and waiting.
Josh Allen did not have a good game.
No,
he had like 3 turnovers that were his
Yep.
fault and just bad throws all night. He was struggling, man.
He was probably up with Madison Beer all night before.
I think he got messed up at Jacksonville more than he was letting on.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I like Josh Allen as a talent. I think he's like, I don't know. I think he's kind of
cursed.
Yeah, and they are cursed, but
yep.
Like I don't know. Like after DeMar Hamlin went down.
Oh yeah.
And obviously that's extremely shocking. And you wouldn't like even really know. I don't know. When I played football, like we all knew. I always knew that, you could get seriously hurt. You could end up in the hospital and or even die. I mean, that's one thing that when you're a kid, when you're signing up for football, I remember reading the stuff to sign up, like you could die playing football, so it's possible. And he didn't, thankfully, but Josh Allen was standing there like, and he's like, like, you remember that? And
yeah,
I don't know.
That was a scare.
Yeah. And it was like, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Josh Allen, I don't know, dude. Like in terms of just dropping them and going out there and just slinging the ball and winning the game, I think Mahomes is like, he's that guy, and Josh Allen just doesn't really have that, man. Like he just doesn't. I don't know. Like they haven't done much with him as the quarterback in terms of like serious postseason play. They made it to the AFC title, but they can't beat the Chiefs, and this is the year that you need to take advantage of the Chiefs not being in, and they didn't. So, but the Natty, I think Indiana wins. Miami elite defensive line. They're kind of like the Texans right now with their defense. Like they got a legit defense. And Carson Beck is an older kid. They got great receivers, Miami. But Indiana, man, like they're just so good. They're so efficient right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see it again. Maybe we could with Cignetti. Who knows? But I just think that Indiana is just too dominant. They're too good. And I think they win pretty convincingly. So that's my opinion. But it is the national championship tomorrow, guys. I mean, this time last year, after we lost to Notre Dame, I had January 19th on the thumbnail. I said next year, January 19th. This is when the national championship, so you all know. It's if you think about it, man, what happened this year with Penn State? I knew it was possible that we could maybe go 8-4 or 7-6. It's Franklin. I always said that. With Franklin, anything is possible.
Sure.
In a bad way. But the way it went, I'm glad he was fired. That's a very big silver lining. But to think that this would happen this time last year, that we would be where we're at now in a better spot, but that the season would go that way. It's a blessing in a way. Many ways, it's a big blessing. But I thought we would be at least in the Final Four.
Yeah.
As much talent as we had, and it's crazy, man. It is. But here we are. Indiana, Miami. Neither team I would have picked to go to the Natty this year. So,
we almost beat Oregon, almost beat Indiana. So
because exactly. And Indiana, man, like they lost in the first round last year. Who would think that Indiana would come in this year and do this? And Mendoza is a first-year starter there, right?
Yep.
And who would have thought that he would win the Heisman Trophy? Like, you just never know in college football, man. You don't. Like, you really don't.
He's more efficient than Curtis Rourke. That's why it worked. And then also a lot of the guys they had last year, stayed for this year. So they were that much better with experience being in the Big Ten from
Right.
JMU and all the chemistry. And Kurt Cignetti, man, he's a beast.
Yeah, Alex, I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
Alex was there last year. He said Notre Dame fans sucked. We all knew that already, but
Yeah.
my NAL should be Marlboro Smooths, White Monster, Ariat Boots, and Carhartt. That's way too much, man. You're asking for way too much. I'll take a solid $1 million. I'll play offensive, defensive line, punter, kicker, and even the water boy equipment
I told you we'll put you at O-line, man. You said you were 300, 6'2".
Campbell wins a natty before he is. He's 300 pounds.
He said he was 6'2", 300. That on the stream the other night.
Thomas, you're 6'2", 300 pounds?
Yeah, he's bigger than I thought he was. Whenever he said that, I was like, holy cow.
So you actually look like you got some muscle on you, man. Like you're not like obese or anything. Campbell wins technically he is obese. Technically I'm obese. Brett, you're probably obese.
I am probably too. No.
What? What'd you say?
I said I am probably.
You said you were, yeah.
Campbell wins a natty before his first contract is up. All right, Thomas.
Be real nice.
Thomas, you look pretty, like, you seem like you're pretty lean, man. Like, holy crap. I didn't know you were that big. Then, yeah, take all that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were that size. Good Lord. We got to go to the spring game. Yeah, like, yeah, we're going to think about, Brett and I think last year we almost did, but at the spring game, like, I don't want to have, like, any public stuff because I don't know what's going to happen unless I have, like, extremely secure security. You know, just Notre Dame fans and Ohio State fans, they have access to weapons. So I don't know, but yeah, we could probably meet up though at some point. You know, at the spring game, like we could all get together. Why not?
Aaron, you're what, 2 hours away?
Yeah, about 3. Yeah,
about
2.5.
Okay. You say 2.
You could ask Franklin for a ride. Hey, if you're coming through, pick me up.
Nah, man, I don't like disappointing drivers. I just yell at them.
If you had to go 100 miles, he'd probably take you 60 and then just give up and get out of the car.
Yeah, we wouldn't. We would never actually make it to the stadium.
Franklin probably goes 40 and a 65. Probably.
Yeah.
I could see him.
Dude, he would be like where I used to work, man. He would walk like right outside our building. He'd be like walking up the sidewalk and there'd be people going by beeping at him saying what's up. He'd be like, thank you. And he'd just like keep walking. I'm like, bro, where's that energy when you're playing Ohio State? And like, I don't get it. But I think Indiana wins. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, like we talked about this game briefly. It's either going to be, Miami's going to do something defensively to get the ball, and like Indiana usually doesn't make mistakes, but can Miami make them, right? Can they make them with a strip sack, like stuff like that? Like that's hard to like be perfect in all the time and knock it. Mendoza is very good in the pocket, but can Ruben Bain or what's the other guy? The other edge rusher for Miami, he's really good. Can they get my Indiana off schedule? Can they do something? Can they do what Indiana did to Oregon? Right? If they can, then I think it could be a dogfight and a close game. But if Miami's perfect and they don't make mistakes, then they could win by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, either team could win. I mean, but Indiana, they're just too solid. I mean, they beat the piss out of every team they played.
Yeah.
What was the score last week?
56 to.
So they've given up 10 points and they've scored almost 90. I think 90 point. It's been 90 to 10 the first 2 rounds. I think they're just too good. So.
Yeah, I would go with Indiana. Miami wins. The only way Miami wins to me is if they win the line of scrimmage, which it's possible for them to do. But generally speaking, if Indiana plays good disciplined football, I think they have the upper hand and they're the better team as a whole. I think Miami does win at certain positions, like Bain, but They have to win by like a lot at those. But like I said, like the line of scrimmage, I feel like they have to. Miami has to somehow dominate that line of scrimmage, I think, to win. So
I do know one thing though. Dan Lanning will be there with Michael Irvin, and Ray Lewis will, he'll be standing there in a suit, a ball cap, and shades, and
gather around a bucket of white stuff.
They'll have plenty of chalk available.
Oh yeah,
but Dan Lanning, he'll be rooting around. He'll be like,
Yep.
looking for Penn State fans.
That's another thing. If Fletcher can get the run game going with an offensive line, they got to take the ball away from Indiana's offense, right? Like make sure Indiana's offense is not on the field. If they can do that by running the ball and killing clock, there's a chance. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, and that's what it's going to come down to. I think that line of scrimmage battle, man.
Yep.
Thomas, we don't know, man. We don't care enough to know
I was trying to think who he was talking about. Ahmad Moten. I don't know if Ahmad's going to be back or not. I was looking at that. It sounded like no, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Because it was an ankle injury, so I'd be a little surprised if he made it back.
Dude, Michael Irvin, his pregame routine, he could play defensive tackle tomorrow. Like he'll have plenty of juice. So he'll just take a belt out there and just hit everyone with it. But dude, those weirdo Ohio State fans are always like, belt the ass. It's like, yeah, dude, you literally got the belt taken to your ass against the only two good teams you played this year. You're Notre Dame. Like, it's insane. Like, they just think they're so superior. I've been telling them all year you're not that good. They're like, yeah. They didn't know what to say, but just carrying on. All right, guys, you have anything else to talk about?
No, I don't.
All right, guys, this is the first recruiting show. I know we threw the natty in there a little bit, but, that's tomorrow night. So we'll be doing this probably once a week. Even if it's just Brett and I, or me, Brett and Joe, or me, Brett and Aaron, whatever, we'll be doing it. I would like to do it at least once a week. So, because these guys should have their own show. They follow it. I mean, every day Brett and I talk. I talk to Brett more than anybody else. And we talk constantly. Morning to night, we're talking all day in messages about everything Penn State. And so are the other guys that we have that we talk to too, but that's what we do, man. So Brett is Brett should literally have his own Instagram page, and it would blow all those other guys out of the water, because that's what Brett does. He just follows it. So they should have their own show. It's here. And it's kind of,
I made a page. I just didn't put anything on it yet. So
yeah, it's kind of it's kind of Brett's show. So like Brett kind of has a little kind of discretion about what he wants to do, but I just want to have this show, and it's here, and so we're gonna have it on hopefully at least once a week. So all right, guys, Aaron, thanks for coming on, man.
Yep, thank you.
Brett, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Gus, it's always good to have you on again. 25 years, 25-cent contract. You have to come on whenever we want, and you have to wear whatever hat we want you to wear. So that's a contract, Gus. Mark, are you working towards some day getting? Yeah. I probably could have gotten one for the bowl game, but I just didn't want to go. So yeah, but yeah, I'm going to probably at some point. But we have a coach that I can actually stand to be around, so that's another thing too. But Alex, DM me, man. Do you know something about that? Like, do you know people or something? But yeah, that is something that I think eventually I'll have between, just some people that I know. I think that's possible. And Brett would probably come too. So, but all right, guys, have a good night. Go Texans. And we will see you probably tomorrow night. So
have a good night, guys.
See you guys. We are.